Starting ban. Seconds remaining.
Stage when you're standing on the third place.
Hello, hello. Welcome to this presentation of the Crosspoint Dota League between GOTEM City and Rasarit De Soare. Sorry for the technical issues, guys. Rasarit was in the middle of another league game, and we finally got them in here about 20 minutes later, but here we are. Casting for you, I am Penguin. Joining me is going to be Evan. How are you doing, Evan?
I'm good. How are you, man?
Too. You know what? I had a mechanic in my house for the last 2 hours trying to get our air conditioning working, and I was freaking out over whether or not I was going to be able to cast this game. But also, more importantly, joining us, we have Bafik from Team Executors. He's joined us in our last series. How are you doing, Bafik?
Hello, I'm fine. Mechanic sucks.
Oh, you know it. But
Yep.
Bafik's going to be able to provide us with some competitive insight, and we're going to jump straight into these picks and bans. Starting off, we have the Shadow Demon, Wisp, Batrider, and Darkseer coming out as bans. The Darkseer, very incredible team-oriented hero with his Ion Shell, Vacuum, and of course Wall of Illusion skills, allowing him to be laneed anywhere. Wisp, very common ban based on the fact of his relocatability, able to bounce carries around the map and pick off solo farmers. Shadow Demon, excellent support, and Batrider, known for his play in the middle lane. Picks coming out very quickly. Keeper of the Light Phantom Lancer combo from Rasarit De Soare. Very, very potent when the Phantom Lancer is left alone. Also allows the Phantom Lancer to infinitely spam off Spirit Lances with the mana, the Chakra Magic, ability. Coming out from GOTEM City, we have Nature's Prophet and Gyrocopter. Big global presence and pushing ability. The next 4 bands, because they're rifling through this, Puck, Warlock, Jakiro, and Magnus. Some big team fight coming out from the Puck, Warlock, and Magnus and Jakiro. Just solid overall support.
Alright, and I'm going to go ahead and mention that Gyrocopter is actually a really good pickup against this Phantom Lancer. Being able to go ahead and use that flat cannon, being able to suppress any illusions that Phantom Lancer can use is huge in the team fights.
And coming out, we see the Clockwork and Queen of Pain. As you've mentioned before, Bafik, Clockwork is a fantastic Gyrocopter counter. I'll let you explain that.
Yes, I mentioned that, and it's probably true, because I know that. I tested it a lot, and you see it every time. When you see Gyrocopter, probably teams that know that Clockwork is a really good counter, they're gonna pick it for sure if they can.
Indeed. And Clockwork, interesting in this game, being picked up by the Radiant side. Unfortunately, he cannot do the abusive Dire side, hide the units in the trees like you can on the Dire. And then we see a Nyx Assassin and Bane coming out from Rasarit and GOTEM City, respectively. Bane, fantastic hero with his ability to lock down multiple members of the enemy team and penetrate BKB targets, with his Fiend's Grip and Nightmare abilities. And the Nyx Assassin coming out, fantastic supporter, or possible mid-solo in this situation. Could go very well against the Queen of Pain. Heavy int hero who relies on our mana pool. Nyx Assassin can be burning through that with his mana burn ability. Or it could be a defensive tri-lane with the Phantom Lancer, Keeper of the Light, and Nyx Assassin being used for his Impale Stun. Our final bans coming out, we have the Obsidian Destroyer, which makes sense. Any hard counter to intelligence heroes such as the Queen of Pain are the Obsidian Destroyer, considering that he likes to take your brains, turn you into a zombie, prevents you from casting and having a mana pool at all. And the Rubik coming out as the final ban for Rasarit. Rubik offers a lot of variation into the team fight. If GOTEM City were to be able to pick it up, they would have the ability to use any of these fantastic spells lined up on Rasarit's side: the Hook Shot, Rocket Flare, Cogs, Vendetta, the Impale Stun, Spirit Lances, as well as many of Keeper of the Light's fantastic spells.
Another reason why to ban out that Outworld Devourer, I'm going to go ahead and state, I mean, Queen of Pain being that so mana heavy, Outworld Devourer has been seen a lot in the pro scene lately, being picked up and going mid. Being able to use that Astral Imprisonment can drain Queen of Pain's mana and just destroy her in her mid game, because, well, she's really useful for being able to use that Shadow Strike, Blink, Scream of Pain to go right in and get that damage off, but she can't even get any last hits. She can't even get any. She doesn't even have any mana to use any of her abilities. So it's not. It's a very good counter for her, and it's another reason why she could be banned. Or why he could be banned out.
What do you think, Patrick? What do you think of this surge in Obsidian Destroyer play? Well, his name is Outworld Devourer. Excuse me.
That's not surprising, Ben. Not surprising, Ben. For me, they did what they think, but they probably got Lifestealer. I mean, the Dire team, or whatever. They got Lifestealer, and I see these lanes like Lifestealer will go jungle, Clockwork will go middle, and it's tri-lane with Nyx, Phantom Lancer, and Keeper. I'm seeing it really like that. If they not put Lifestealer middle or something like that, so it's Lifestealer jungle for me and Clockwork middle. Nothing else I can.
How do you feel about picking a life stealer into a Bane?
It's not a big deal, you know. If you're getting caught by Bane, then your teams have a lot of openings. So you should have a hero like that probably. Yes, it's kind of counters him, but still, it opens a bit stuff for your team. Like Phantom Lancer will not get caught anytime. I'm really surprised they actually picked that Bane as first pick, because they have like heavy carry hero called Phantom Lancer, and you need some AoE damage to kill him probably. And they killed single target support for killing single target heroes. So I'm really surprised that they picked up like that.
Alright, real quick, I'm going to cover the Radiant team playing up on our Lifestealer. We have Kozo Din Karakal. Probably going to have very bad pronunciation, so I'm going to apologize to you viewers and the players all at once. Zup is on the Phantom Lancer. We have Hades playing up the Nyx Assassin. 810 is on the Clockwork Goblin. And finishing up, we have OCB on the Keeper of the Light.
And on the Dire side, we have Chef Dota on the Leshrac. We have Corey on the Gyrocopter, and Loper, I don't know how to pronounce it, I guess it's Loper, on the Bane. Yeah, and Orbit on Queen of Pain, and lastly, but not least, Chicken MC on the Nature's Prophet.
Indeed.
30 seconds to go.
Very interesting. We haven't seen a Phantom Lancer in a very... I haven't seen a Phantom Lancer in a very long time. You still see him...
And first pick. I should mention first.
Yeah,
oh,
he was picked up in the first two with the Keeper of the Light. Keeper of the Light showing once again how valuable he is as a support, even though he has been hit by the Nerf bat a couple times in the recent patches. He got the width of the Illuminate nuke has been nerfed. In addition to that, his base strength, and I believe his strength gain was also nerfed on top of that. So even though with those nerfs, he's still getting picked pretty consistently. We got a haste rune that's going to get picked up by this Leshrac, who is the final pickup. I forgot to bring him up on the Chef Dota. And it looks like they're going to wait to see if they can pull anything off with it, or is the Bane going to rotate around? They might be. Looks like they're going to try and swing in the middle lane on the Nyx Assassin, who it is important to note, has actually gone middle. The Nyx is in the mid, which leaves, let's see, Clockwork. Uh-oh, we have the gank coming. A mana burn being thrown out. Nightmare on the Nyx Assassin. They're waiting. Split Earth Stun, so easy to land. Shadow Strike coming out, and just auto-attacks. There's no way this Nyx is getting out of there.
That's actually what happens when you're coming on lane as a hero like Nyx, and you showing out that you have mana burn, so it gives your enemy like, okay, he has mana burn, just go and kill him. We don't have nothing. He don't have nothing to stop us. We can just go and kill him, and that's what happens when you're coming on lane and show that you learned mana burn. You should never do that before you see everyone on lane and stuff.
And actually, we have another rotation coming out. Another Nightmare going out on the Clockwork Goblin. They're waiting to synergize. Split Earth coming out, dealing max damage. And then the Rocket Barrage. Uh-oh, but he managed to catch the Gyrocopter in the cogs. He's going to get pushed out, but
he cannot survive this.
He's going to try and TP.
No way.
Oh, and the Rocket Barrage.
No, Gyrocopter picked up the kill.
Rocket Barrage is going to pick up that kill on the Clockwork Goblin.
Rocket Barrage, huge damage skill, even at the start.
I believe it's a 400 damage nuke at first level, assuming that all of the rockets hit you. Yep, 400 damage.
And he cornered him right off there. That when he went into the trees, it kind of just almost gave up there. I mean, you're putting yourself in such a situation. The Rocket Barrage, every single bolt's going to hit you.
Well, what's more important is the positioning coming out from the Bane and the Leshrac. They were in such a position that he couldn't run back to his Tier 1 tower. He had to run further into the lane, and so there's really no way for him to get out of that situation. It is also important to note that we do have some disparity in probably ping. We have GOTEM coming from Canada, actually. I'm not exactly sure where in Canada, but they are Canadian, so they play primarily on US East, and the team of Rasarit is actually from EU West. and so they are much more familiar and comfortable on the Luxembourg server. So do not be surprised if there are some mishaps. We have a pause coming out right now. Don't be surprised if there are some mishaps, probably.
He wasn't kidding.
Apparently he wasn't kidding. Wow.
And another thing I want to notice is like when I was talking about lanes at in the big stage, I was like mentioned that Clockwork will go middle and like Nyx will support. I really surprised that they ran Clockwork top. I mean, you cannot get anything from that top lane on that Clockwork. When you have set up like that, when your enemy have that kind of heroes, you cannot do anything with that. You cannot get experience. That's not possible. You're gonna die from time to time. So I'm really surprised they did like that, and I really want to see that Clockwork can get out of that lane, because I'm actually hard lane player and I can't believe he can do anything there.
Indeed. Just going over quickly, although we have this pause, looking at the last hits. Phantom Lancer doing very well in his uncontested short lane. 13 and 4 right now. Makes sense, considering he is no one to fight against him. Going back into the jungle, however, you have the Nature's Prophet coming out on the Chicken MC. He did take the Nature's Prophet in both of GOTEM's previous games, and performed him very admirably, coming out and doing very well on him. He's sitting at 11 and 0, which makes sense. However, it is important to note that jungle creeps do give less farm per creep kill. And then bouncing down to round out our top 3, we have our lovely, lovely Queen of Pain. And it looks like the Nyx Assassin is... Okay, he's coming back into the middle lane. Keeper of the Light was sitting here. I got kind of confused, wondering what he was doing here. And then rounding it out, we have the Gyrocopter and the Nyx for our top 5. Pretty standard CS so far. Clockwork will struggle in this lane, which makes sense. And of course, the supports will have next to no farm. And you are very correct. It is a jungle Nyx. He's also, it looks like he's double pulling and stacking as a result of...
Top lane.
Oh, we have another Nightmare coming out with a splitter.
Yep.
Thank you for the call out. Oh, he was able to disrupt the Fiend's Grip, but the auto attacks from the Gyrocopter.
That's what I actually mentioned again. That's not possible to hold that lane. You cannot do anything out of that lane. You cannot get levels and stuff. They will kill you from time to time.
It's kind of impossible laning against a Bane, especially in a solo lane here. I mean, that initiation, being able to use that sleep, there's really nothing you can do to get away from that. So he pops the sleep, and it's perfect setup for Leshrac to use a splitter. I mean, how can you contest that? How can you go against that?
Yes, exactly. That's what I'm talking about. You cannot put this lane. That's killing. His Capitan is killing him.
Yeah, now we see the Diabolic Edict coming out, dealing a lot of damage to the tower. It's already down to about 400 health. That's actually a great rotation from Keeper of the Light. They should do it from the beginning, and that would be great if they did it from the beginning. That's a great rotation. It will change a lot. You will see that. We see Coddle trying to throw out some more harass with the Illuminate, and I agree with you. With the Keeper of the Light there, forcing you to stand close to the Clockwork Goblin, you are almost ensuring that you're going to hit Illuminates. The problem is now, well, I mean, the supports are already level 3. The Clockwork
is it not too late? Is it not too late?
Yeah. And that's definitely something that they're going to have to determine very quickly. Is it worth keeping the Keeper of the Light up there? And to them, it looks like it's not, as he's already rotating down back to this middle lane. It seems like the Nyx Assassin is just getting forced out of lane repeatedly by this Queen of Pain. That level 1 gank coming out really hurting him. I mean, Queen of Pain already has her bottle with the Illusion Rune bottled and 700 gold, whereas the Nyx Assassin is sitting at level 4. Has he only died once? He has only died once, but he's getting very, very thoroughly harassed with the Shadow Strike. And in fact, Orbit on the Queen of Pain opted to put 2 points in the Shadow Strike instead of leveling up Sonic Wave, just to provide some more harass and force him out.
See the engagement is sleep up top here.
Yeah, and there's your Cogs trying to throw it off, and he's not going to be able to hit the splitter, but as a result, the Keeper of the Light is still going to
take him down.
Yeah.
Good idea taking the sleep out on the Keeper of the Light so that he couldn't use any Illuminate to actually push anything against them, so they could potentially have taken down Clockwork using Cogs.
Mid lane.
Nyx Assassin's going to go down as well. Lots of harass coming out, and there's your level 2 Shadow Strike. Being able to harass her down from being able to harass Nyx down. And if you look at it, it's a level 7 Queen of Pain against a level 5 Nyx Assassin. things are definitely not looking good.
Yeah, that's not good for him. Like, nothing can help him. Probably the Queen of Pain made great decision by going for 2 level of Shadow Strike, as you mentioned. It's really helping you, especially against melee heroes, because it's slowing the move speed. It's slowing the attack speed. It's actually a great thing against melee heroes. They cannot just walk free to your creeps and hit them, because they're getting hit by the Shadow Strike really hard. And you can harass them with hits. That's good decision, really good decision.
Do you think that even so, this Nature's Prophet, excuse me, and there's a Midas up on the Nature's Prophet coming in at 6 minutes and 30 seconds, pretty decently timed hand of Midas. Considering that this Phantom Lancer is free farming, he's already got up his Tranquil Boots, he already has a Ring of Aquila, and he's sitting on another 650 gold. Do you think that even though the shortcomings of the Nyx Assassin in the middle lane and the Clockwork in the top lane, do you think the PL can outcarry that?
Yes, they probably can. You can never underestimate the Phantom Lancer, you know. Everyone saw that he can bring into late game, so you can never underestimate him. That's not the point. You cannot stop. You must pressure Phantom Lancer right now.
Gotcha. Now, I guess here's my other question. So, based off of the shenanigans that have been happening in the other lanes, Phantom Lancer, oh boy, Queen of Pain, and Leshrac comboing up for a kill on the Nyx Assassin. Going back to the Phantom Lancer, do you go the standard Phantom Lancer build of Diffusal Blade into Mana Style into Heart, or do you vary it up in some way?
Yeah, you should go for default build in my opinion, because it's nothing to change in the Phantom Lancer. It's just OP. That Diffusal on Phantom Lancer is just OP. Why should you do anything else? Like, you don't need anything. Just do the same. It's already, you know, already known. Yeah, tested stuff.
Yeah, and right now we see the Power Treads coming out on the Queen of Pain. She's doing very well in her lane, sitting at 34 and 17, especially in addition to forcing the... we have a rotation coming in. Actually, on the Phantom Lancer, like you suggested, he's going to throw out a Spirit Lance, but we have the Sentry Ward coming out, Nightmare coming out as well, and a Dust just in case splitter. Phantom, rotation in from the Nature's Prophet. He's not going to be able to live his way through this. Just too much damage coming out, and they're going to turn it into a push as well.
Big place.
Wow. Big place.
Much longer.
And that is, I mean, there you go. Taking exactly what you said to the T.
Kotal is in a big problem, I guess. If Quop is ready, and Quop is ready, for sure.
Yeah, there's your Shadow Strike doing the slow. She's going to start harassing down with auto attacks. Lifestealer actually gets taken up by a neutral, and the Shadow Strike is going to get the last hit on the Keep Growing Light. Meanwhile, in the top lane, we see some pressure being applied by the Gyrocopter on this Clockwork Goblin. Once again, another 2-level disparity going on there, and if he's not careful, this top tower is going to take a fall. Uh-oh, call down coming out. It's going to miss. However, he's getting zoned around the tower. He's gonna use use the cogs to try and prevent the last hit, but the tower is still gonna get taken down by the Dire. Unfortunately, there's nothing he can do right now, and he's gonna have to run by his creep wave. Is he gonna be able to get out? No, Rocket Barrage is gonna take him out. And meanwhile, more action going on in the bottom lane. We have
Queen of Pain taking out Nyx Assassin in the mid lane right there. We missed that one.
And Nyx coming in right off his TP from the dying from the neutrals. He's gonna clean up the Nature's Prophet. Only needs one auto attack, and there goes the perfect game. Now 11-1. We got a Feeder's Nature's Prophet.
Yes, he's feeling for the first time for his team. I think they're mad now. They must do anything with them.
Hey, I'd be pretty mad if you ruined my perfect game. Especially considering that where he was TPing. In the middle lane, we see Nyx Assassin coming in. Mana burn. Queen of Pain did not have the mana, so the mana burn didn't do anything. And she's going to have enough mana for a blink, and she's going to go on high ground and blink away from him. Wow. Got some juice up.
What a good play.
Very good play by the Queen of Pain, being able to evade that. And
Juking, avoid this Ravage.
Fiend's Grip coming out in the bottom lane on this Phantom Lancer again. Nature's Prophet TPing in. They have more Sentry Wards down. He goes Cloak, and there goes your Brain Sap, being able to take out the Phantom Lancer one more time.
Oh, I think one sentry wasn't enough for them.
Yeah, just need to throw down more damage.
Let's put another, maybe 10 very soon.
Just out of range, you know, I gotta place one more.
So, now here's another question. We have this Lifestealer sitting in the jungle. He's pretty much done nothing. Died to some neutrals, and then came back and was able to get that last hit on the Nature's Prophet. At what point this T1 tower is going to fall? At what point does the Lifestealer need to get out of the jungle and start
Radiant's bottom tower.
being Lifestealer?
In this point, he must already go out the jungle, but it depends on how your team play. You cannot do everything with that hero, even when you play, especially when you're playing jungle, I should say. The really bad point from jungling, you can get levels, but you can't get the same amount of farm on, like you get in a lane. So you must be really sure that your 4 other heroes will work out well until Lifestealer can join you.
Very good, very good. Yeah, it's. I mean, there is only so much you can do with the Lifestealer, especially whenever you look at some of the item pickups that are on GOTEM's team. You can see that Queen of Pain has started building her Oblivion staffs for an Orchid of Malevolence. Being able to provide 5 seconds of silence should do a world of good against this team. In addition to that, the Nature's Prophet already has, I believe it's on the chick. Oh boy, I'm bouncing around on the map. Yes, he has the Claymore for his Shadow Blade.
Bot lane.
And in addition to that, there's some action going on in the bottom lane. We see the Fiend's Grip coming out, as well as the Sonic Wave dealing lots of damage to this Lifestealer, taking him out. The Phantom Lancer's trying to man up, but he's already dusted. Shadow Strike's coming out, and one last auto attack from Chicken MC on the Nature's Prophet, and then we see a blink over regen rune on the Queen of Pain, excuse me, playing some Ring Around the Rosie here with the Keeper of the Light, but beautiful Split Earth predicting his movements from the Chief Dota, coming out and taking the last hit.
Securing the kill.
Yeah. Going back
Nyx
up.
Assassin trying to go back in, actually on the Queen of Pain here.
He's going to actually hit her for some mana burn.
He
Oh,
might
and
get something.
She used her Scream of Pain while he had
Nope.
Spike Carapace up. So she's dealt another 225 damage to herself, but Blink, being as good as it is going to be able to get her away from it. Gyrocopter now is also sitting on his Shadow Blade and has finished up, I believe that's his Magic Wand. So he's doing very well in terms of farm. 12 minutes. 12 minutes with a Shadow Blade and Ghost Marchers and Magic Wand, doing pretty good. Take a look at this gold graph, I'm kind of afraid. 10,000 gold advantage sitting in favor of the Dire right now.
And now I actually want to see what will Gyro do. You're getting your Shadow Blade, so you must be aggressive now.
Uh-oh,
You cannot farm anymore.
Keeper of the Light's getting TP'd on, and then a 3-man rotation coming in. That's... Oh, I feel
They've
bad.
got a lot of gank potential here. I mean, Gyrocopter being able to initiate right away. Nature's Prophet being able to TP in. Then the Split Earth inside of his Sprout. I mean, being able to use all that, plus Gyrocopter and his Rocket Brush. I mean, there's so much single target. They've got so much single target advantage here. Anybody trying to lane alone.
With the Sentry Ward. And Split Earth. He's gone. I mean, the other thing that we haven't even mentioned is that Queen of Pain, with her Blink ability, she has natural
Radiant top towers hurting.
So she's hit every rune pretty much since the game started. Only 13 minutes in. It's Tier 2 tower gonna go down.
One last top tower.
One Oblivion staff is done. Queen of Pain's only about 1,000 gold. 900 for recipe, or 725 for recipe, plus another 500. Yeah, she's about approximately 1,000 gold away from her Orchid of Malevolence. This Bane has been coming out, Lopert on the Bane, using some mad Fiend's Grip, being able to really shut down the high output, high DPS heroes, and now we have a Shadow Blade completed up on the Nature's Prophet. The Dire team, GOTEM City, has started grouping up in the middle lane. It looks like they're going to try and take this Tier 1 tower in the middle lane, take all the exterior Tier 1 towers. Meanwhile, in the bottom lane, Chicken MC on the Nature's Prophet is applying some harassment to the Phantom Lancer. Not a whole lot he can do, considering he's probably about 2,000 away from his Diffusal Blade, excuse me, and now we have a rotation coming out. Uh-oh, Lifestealer's going to get caught out, and there's your Fiend's Grip coming out from Lopert. Go to more of it, coming out, applying the Scream of Pain, Split Earth, in addition from the Chef Dota on the Shrek, and that is a dead Lifestealer.
This is what I'm talking about. They need to really start. They actually need to start getting a little bit more aggressive on Rasarit's side. I don't know how to pronounce that name. I'm sorry. They need to start getting a little bit more aggressive because honestly, right now it's GOTEM's playing some 5-man Dota and they're being able to push these people single target. All these single target disables. They're able to get. They're able to catch everybody off guard. No one's getting farmed, and they really need to start playing a little bit more together here because. Honestly, if they keep getting caught up 5-man, I mean, this is just going to become a feeder's game, and it already is. 18-2, it's kind of ridiculous. They need to, they need to start playing together if they want to get any farther.
Yeah, I mean, it's looking pretty rough, and more importantly, you look at this Nyx Assassin. He's forced to sit in the jungle because he can't go anywhere and feel safe. He has 720 health points, and he only has brown boots.
He's not even safe in the jungle, though. I mean, we just saw rotation to the jungle, and we saw the Fiend's Grip go up and straight away Split Earth, and, I mean, in combination with Queen of Pain's nukes right now in the mid, starting to come towards the mid-game here, I mean, She's powerful in the mid game. She might not be a late game carry necessarily, but she's powerful in the late game. And so all of her abilities, being able to nuke down pretty much everybody, and the combination of their single target disables, it just seems kind of impossible right now for them to not play 5-man Dota. We're going to see a smoke going up in mid lane, by the way.
Yeah, and the Orchid is also just finished up on the Queen of Pain. Drums have finished on the Phantom Lancer, but it looks like they're rotating down to take care of him, so I'm going to follow this smoke gank as it unravels. They also have a gem on the Leshrac, very important pickup. He's also going the Bracer build. I personally approve of it. Squishy supports need health. Best way to do it is to build Bracers if you can afford it. And right now Phantom Lancer's waiting. He has no idea this gank is coming.
TP, buddy, TP.
Oh, but he's actually...
He's got a TP, but he's not going to be able to use it.
Oh, and there it is. He's going to use
he going to get sleep? Yep, he's going to be able to get sleep, and it's going to go straight into the Split Earth again, and then Scream of Pain.
Yeah.
There you go.
Brain Sap used to break the Nightmare, but the Split Earth was already there. Nothing really that Phantom Lancer could do in that situation. Just getting caught out once again. And a big factor of this is that when you look, and granted the supports of Rasarit are very poor, there are 2 sets of wards in their available in their bank. And there's only 1 ward on the map right now, and it's at their Ancients, which I don't exactly agree with. I don't know why... I'm trying to understand why that ward is there. I mean, I can understand its defensive nature. You may want to watch out for them doing your Ancients, but I mean, look at all these ganks that have been happening. I feel like that ward would be much better off possibly at their bottom rune, maybe in their jungle by their neutrals in this area. Like there are definitely a lot more areas that ward could have been placed.
Yeah, it's just poor placement of wards, not actually picking up their wards. I mean, the wards are huge in this, and if they're not going to even try and pick them up. They're not even going to try and place them right. They're wasting their time, really. They're not. And I mean, especially like you said, with all these ganks coming out, there's so much potential for those wards to be able to get safe farm. But if they're not going to place them, they don't have that safe farm. And so Gotem's just going to keep going. It looks like.
No, yeah,
Queen of Pain is dead.
Chicken MC. Oh, and we finally see a Lifestealer bomb coming. Chicken MC on the Nature's Prophet, lurking with his Shadow Blade, able to pick off the Keeper of the Light in 1 hit. Meanwhile, a Lifestealer Nyx Infest bomb, coming in, burning down the Queen of Pain before she can do anything. A very good 1-for-1 trade on the side of Rasarit, considering that you're trading your underleveled and underfarmed Keeper of the Light for a Queen of Pain. Take that any day of the week.
Oh yeah.
Rotating around, let's see. It looks like Nature's Prophet has also decided to start building his own Orchid of Malevolence. He has up 1 Oblivion Staff. Let's just take a quick look at the items here. Oh boy.
Mid lane.
And we have that's a Fiend Script
Yep,
coming out on the Clockwork
right
Golem. Coming in with an Invis Chicken MC, Nature's Prophet with his Shadow Blade, and that's going to be the end of the Clockwork Goblin. 15,000 gold advantage. Oh boy, Keeper of the Light getting picked off by probably a Shadow Bladed. Yep, on cooldown, Shadow Bladed Gyrocopter. Gyro has also finished up his Helm of the Dominator, and as you TP rotation, looks like they want to do Roshan. He's also rushing up his BKB. He already has the Ogre Club picked up. Looking around, it looks like Lifestealer may be going, and Shadowblade himself. He does have the Claymore. Interesting to see if that is the route he takes. I hear a Scream of Pain going out. Phantom Lancer's trying to run away. He's going to be able to get some jukes, and he's going to TP out because the vision range of Queen of Pain is not that big. Good play by XUP on that Phantom Lancer, but in the meantime, they have no idea. Rasarit has no idea that this Roshan is being taken.
It's, again, ward place. At any point, they could have had a ward here, right in front of this, right in front of Roshan, especially on the wards. I mean, we've got Queen of Pain going up and picking wards up. She's still got her bottle. I mean, that's a prime placement for a ward, and they still don't have that up, having it on their Ancients, and they still haven't picked up their wards from before that they have sitting in their bank. And we see Gotem keep on picking up wards. They're just going to keep. They're going to start placing them aggressively, and it's just. I don't see. They're just not playing good Dota here.
Nightmare's coming out. Leshrac does have the gem. This Phantom Lancer's top, especially after running into 5-man Gotham City on the other side in their jungle. There really is nowhere safe right now.
And that's what I'm saying. I mean, just with a little bit of ward placement, they could stay relatively safe here. I mean, just one ward, and they could have seen that coming. I mean, at any point, they could play this. They could play this a lot better. Again, like I said earlier, they're playing 5-man Dota ganking here, and they've got map presence, and they can't contest this. Look, they're just going in alone. Nyx Assassin, what can he do honestly right now? I mean, it's just poor play. That's all it is.
At this point, I feel like they should know that a gem is out. And one of a very helpful tip and trick is that whenever you're playing a game, you should make sure that you constantly click on the enemy heroes to see what items they have. I feel at some point, honestly, that's really a support's job. If you see enemy heroes on the map, you just go around and click on them. They should see that the gem is now actually on the Bane, who has picked up a Force Staff, giving him more maneuverability to throw out his Fiend's Grips and his Nightmares. Bafik, what do you do at this point if you're Rasarit?
I would leave the game, probably.
Yeah, this is... I mean...
See some Spirit Lances coming out as harass on the Gyrocopter. And it looks like this might be the last stand. We're going to continuously see some Illuminates trying to reject the oncoming push.
And they're going back.
And they're just backing off.
And that's why I
decision.
should say, like, you still, like, if you're that far behind, you still have a big chance, because they cannot push really with that kind of heroes. With that Keeper of the Light, with that Clockwork, you can stay and defend your base and just let Phantom Lancer split push, but they are not doing this. They should try if you keep playing.
Yeah, Phantom Lancer has one Blade of Alacrity. He finished up his drums a while ago. It feels like it was 5 or 6 minutes ago at this point. And he's continuing to build his Diffusal Blade. Is there anything on the chick? I see a TP coming in on the Phantom Lancer. Oh boy, there goes your Orchid from Queen of Pain. Split Earth is going to hit, very well placed. And there goes Phantom Lancer once again. We're going to see Gyrocopter manning up here. Big Sonic Wave coming out, killing the Queen of Pain. Cogs being used very defensively, locking in the Queen of Pain and the Gyrocopter. Unfortunately, Gyrocopter just has the ability to man up on the Clockwork Goblin, killing him. Keeper of the Light's going to TP in, throw out an Illuminate, try and deal some more damage, almost taking out the Gyrocopter, but it's just not going to be enough.
He didn't use his ultimate on Lifestealer that actually made the Gyrocopter survive, but he loses Aegis to the Illuminate now.
Yeah, just getting caught out a little bit by the Illuminate. He didn't have that much health, and as a result, the Illuminate, which has been maxed, dealing, what is that, about 500 damage? Before magic resistance is applied, right now we have the Gyrocopter. Does have enough gold for a BKB. Nature's Prophet, as we mentioned
There he
earlier.
goes. He's actually going to go ahead and pick up that BKB on the Gyro.
Yep. We have the Orchid coming out on the Nature's Prophet. And he's just going to continue doing his thing, split pushing around the map. His attack speed is increased as a result of the Orchid, and he just finished a Crystallis.
And we see a stacked Ancients going down to the Gyrocopter right now as well. That's going to help with the farm a little bit. Actually, we have a Queen of Pain picking up the BKB as well. So now we got two BKBs on Gothem's side. I mean, really, all the damage that's coming out right now from Rasarit is actually magic damage, and because the Phantom Lancer keeps going down right in the fights here, I mean, with these BKBs up, they're not going to be able to even contest really.
Yeah,
Yes,
right now he's sending forth his illusions, trying to deal some split push, actually trying to do something. Oh boy, and we're going to see the Nature's Prophet get picked off by the Nyx Assassin in conjunction with the Shadow-Bladed or Infested Lifestealer. Alright, he used Infest. Popped out of the Nyx Assassin, just too much damage for the Nature's Prophet to handle. Also seems like they were able to kill him before his Shadow Blade was able to proc, so very nice pick-off by Rasarit, trying to get some pickoffs where they can. Right now, the Phantom Lancer is unfortunately probably going to go down as well. They can see him again with the gem from the Bane. Fiend's Grip coming out. Queen of Pain jumping in. Not going to need it due to the damage from the Rocket Barrage. Just proving once again how dominant these supports have been. You can see it coming out. Leshrac is able to pick up a drum. Uh-oh, and I hear a blink. Nyx Assassin being caught out of position, and the Brain Sap going to deal the last hit.
It's too much nuke damage, two squishy heroes right now. Lifestealer and Clockwork being really their only not squishy heroes, especially with the gem being picked up. Being able to use all those nukes to take them down. And they keep, I mean, with the Orchid Malevolence being able to get enough damage off on Phantom Lancer as well as the gem, I mean, they can take him out soon. Lifestealer not really being too much of an influence in this game, spending his time farming in the early game and not actually helping with any of the engagements that were coming up.
Oh, he's just going to man up. Nyx Assassin's going to run in, throw out the Vendetta, try and take out this. Oh boy, just call down coming out. Trying to take out the Bane, excuse me, is what I was trying to say. Lifestealer's going to go down, as well as the Clockwork, Coddle, and Nyx Assassin. Lifestealer buys back, BKB's being popped. there's not really a whole lot that the Nyx or the Phantom Lancer can do. Phantom Assassin's gonna, or excuse me, Phantom Lancer's gonna go down like it's nothing.
Yeah.
Just
Doesn't even. I mean, there's really. I mean, why would he even go on that? He should just wait, honestly, until they get a better engagement opportunity and going in on that.
We're gonna see Nature's Prophet manning up on the Lifestealer. Tries a Shadow Blade away, but Bane in the neighborhood with the gem. To answer your question, I mean, this is the game, and it's defend or go home. Maybe you'll get lucky, and as you saw, middle Rax has already gone down, bottom Rax is in the process of going down due to Lestrax's Diabolic Edict. Blink in by the Queen of Pain, Orchid going out, Shadow Strikes the last hit, our auto attacks dealing the last hits, killing off the Nyx Assassin. Shadow Bladed go Chicken MC on the Nature's Prophet, taking out the Queen of Pain, or taking out the Keeper of Life, excuse me, and then more auto attacks, taking out the Clockwork Golem. No GG called by the Nyx Assassin, but a DC coming out, and it looks like this is going to be our first game.
That was the first game, and they did not team up that entire time. I did not see one point in that game where they actually 5-man pushed together at any point, and they kept going in solo. And seeing as they've got a Bane, they've got a Leshrac, and they've got a Gyrocopter, the single target disable being huge, the single target damage being huge, all the nukes. It's impossible for them to try and 1-man all this, and they keep doing it, and then they keep seeing the result.
Sonic Wave coming out, dealing massive damage, hitting 3 heroes. Lifestealer's not going to be able to run away. Looks like this Ancient's going to go down. As we go into Game 2, Bafik, what needs to happen? What should we look for in a change?
First of all, they should think about what they pick, because they pick the heroes that can really make. The heroes can make some stuff around the map, but you must know how to use it. They should think about to not put free kills on top lane, to not leave his mid lane, their mid lane alone, like to get killed once and then another time and then another time. They must think about their feed. They did a lot in that game of feeding, so they must think about how to secure their lanes, how to put some pressure on the enemies. They really lost this game not because they played that bad. They just played a little bit like not a team. They must group up as a team. They must think about saving each other and stuff. It's not about the pick or something. It's just about they must group up as a team. They must show up that they can do something. I think that's all.
Alrighty. Well, Game 1, cast by Penguin, Evan, and Bafik. Thank you for joining us again. We're going to have Game 2 up in just a second. We're going to put you over to the music of our lovely, lovely, lovely artists, Sad Onion, Steamage, and F777, who have graciously allowed us to use their music with all rights. And we will see you in a second.